I'm Latif Afridi, professionally an advocate and affiliated with Awami National Party, and I belong to Khyber and Afridi tribe and am a nationalist and cherish goals like social welfare for the Pukhtoons, their political rights, their economic rights, their cultural rights, and their equal share in all spheres of life in Pakistan. Pashtoon is a nation which has thousands of years of history, and they have their peculiar geography. Their land is known in history, and Afghans or Pashtuns have been playing a very vital role in the Indian history, in the regional history. They have ruled India for more than 300 years. They have even ruled Central Asian areas. Some of them they have even they had gone and captured sometimes Iran, and they have their distinct history, their culture, and their economy and all that. Unfortunately, they have a very long tribal life, and because of the tribal and feudal formation in Afghanistan, Afghanistan could not develop into a very advanced state, and it has been facing problems right from prior to the Soviet occupation and subsequent to that till today. Afghanistan is facing so many problems, and Afghans are playing as instruments in the hands of others. Especially, unfortunately, Pakistani establishments has been making naked interference into Afghan affairs, because of which the Pakistan itself has landed into trouble, and terrorism and terrorists have influenced the life in Pakistan. Mosques, schools, universities, and even funerals. Nothing is safe from them. And even today, right today, there were information that 13 terrorists have entered Peshawar, and they are going to commit some serious acts of terrorism. Well, unfortunately, the situation in Afghanistan has led to the situation in this part of Pakistan. Historically, this part of Pakistan, which is known as Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and the adjoining tribal area, these were parts of Afghanistan in history, and initially this area was occupied by Sikhs when the Sikhs were driven out by Britishers in 1849, and from 1849 till 1947 the Britishers were ruling this area. When in 1947 the partition of India was taking place into Pakistan and India, two states, unfortunately we Pukhtoons, though historically being a part of Afghanistan, as far as our geography, our territory is concerned, culturally, linguistically, we were our Pukhtoon tribes like Shinwari, Salarzai, and some others, right, Achakzai, Nuzai, they have all been divided throughout this river line. But so if somebody has said so, like say Mahmud Khan has said so, that historically this was a part of Afghanistan, there was nothing wrong in that. Those who have read history, they don't deny this fact that historically this was a part of Afghanistan. But In the partition of India, when the British colonialists were leaving, unfortunately, Pukhtoons, although despite their bright struggle, despite their sacrifices, despite their fight, very long fight, as compared to the present parts in Pakistan, Afghans or Pukhtoons leadership did not present their case for independence or for their distant existence, and they remained in Pakistan, and we are still in Pakistan. And to be in Pakistan is not something bad, but you see the way we are being treated. Taliban were imposed on us. Our houses, more than 200,000 houses, our houses have been burned. Thousands of people from tribal areas have been sent to camps, and they are displaced. Their houses have been burned. They are displaced people. In all that, employment opportunities or some sort of other opportunities, that economic opportunities that could be utilized by Pukhtoons, they all were reduced into a knot, and nothing was left for Pukhtoons. Therefore, Pukhtoons leadership, especially political parties, they should consider this situation. They should unite, and they should have a common agenda. They should have common demands, and they should have equal rights in Pakistan, because Pakistan is a federation, and in federalism it is essential that every federating unit must have all the rights which are enjoyed by the other units. But here, one federating unit, Punjab, is dominating the whole of Pakistan. Balochis, Sindhis, Pukhtoons, Mahajers, and everybody else. Therefore, unless the Pukhtoon leadership get together, unless they have a new agenda, unless they organize themselves into a new into a strong, united political party, and they make a united demand, they will remain split up like this as they are. They won't be able to achieve anything, and with the people scattered, they will face problems like Talibanization. They will face economic problems, having no industries, having no employment opportunities, and Pukhtoons will be either going to the Middle East, or they will be starving in their own areas, because unless the resources developed here and they are put to the use of the people, and they are enabled economically to have a prosperous life, which is only possible if we have a new approach to our problems, to a new nationalist approch, in which the common man should have a share, in which there must be education, there must be health care, there must be drinking water, there must be women's rights, and there must be no starvation, no unemployment. Such a program, unless evolved unitedly, I think the situation has become quite difficult for Pakistan, for Pukhtoons in Pakistan, and they will remain scattered. They will remain. They will be fighting against each other, as political rivals. In fact, instead of rivalry, they need unity. They need friendship. They need a new approach in accordance with the requirements of the modern times. As otherwise, Pukhtoons are living in a very bad position. There is total unemployment. There is no industry at all. There is absolute vulgar consumerism, and what we say, the Pakistani establishment is least concerned about us. You see, they are not giving our due share to us, and that due share unless we unite for that and we get it by our unity, then what would happen that we will be helpless as we are in face of Taliban, we will be helpless as we are in face of unemployment, we will be helpless as in the face of the economic domination of Punjab in all institutions, and neither we have democratic rights, because the army in fact in Pakistan is calling the shots, and the real force is the Pakistan army and not the political parties. They are just sharing power for their own interests. The real interests and the real decisions are those of the Pakistan army, and they are calling the shots and they are making decisions as if the rest of the institutions are subordinate to them. Though constitutionally and legally army is just one department, one wing of the Department of Defense, and they are subordinate to the democratically elected governments, and they should behave like that. But unfortunately it is not the case in Pakistan, and it's not now, it is since 1958 that the first dictator he took power, then another dictator, then another dictator, and then another dictator.
Sir, what is your message to the Pashtun leadership?
Well, obviously, number one, Pashtuns must unite. As far as leadership is concerned, the leaderships, they should forget about petty differences. They should come on for a new agenda. They should unite. They should decide what are their priorities, what are the economic priorities, what are the political priorities, what are the cultural priorities, what are our status in the federation, and what we ask for, what we need, what are our rights constitutionally, and what are actually given to us. So unless the Pukhtoon leaderships unite, unless the political parties unite, unless they forget about these petty differences and they forge unity, they won't be in a position to get anything, and they would be as isolated, as deserted, as condemned as we are at the present.
Sir, thank you so much for talking to the Pukhtoon Times.
So I am also grateful to you for having come to Pukhtoon Times, to have come all the way along from Islamabad and have interviewed me. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir.